Good morning, everyone. We are at the shop today. Gonna do some work on le troque. Today we're gonna burn in that cross member and get the frame ready for the final coat of paint. So hopefully we can make some good progress. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. I appreciate the people that keep coming back. Thanks for a couple new subscriptions. That's awesome. Looking pretty good. Gonna burn this stuff in, set it in forever. No more. This framework needs to be over soon. So pretty excited. Let's get to work. See you guys in a little bit. Alrighty guys, I'm coming back to you with a little more voiceover. Let me know in the comments if you guys prefer voiceover or if you like music instead of the voiceover. But anyways, in this part of the video, I am working on putting that cross member in place. You can see I'm using my air-powered right angle grinder with a sanding disc and getting the metal prepped, ready for that cross member to go in. And then in this portion of it, you can see I'm all geared up and working on burning that thing in. So this was a little difficult. Some of the metal wasn't exactly the best, but we made it work. And of course, some of the round welds were not the easiest to do, especially moving the truck around up and down. It did help, but it looked pretty good, and I was pretty happy with it once it was done. Alrighty, just catching back up with you. The cross member is fully welded in, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm definitely not super proud of every single millimeter of weld on this project, but my weld around, you can see this is just, there's some weird white stuff in there that's flaking off. I think that's the paint, but you can see I got a pretty good bevel around the outer edge, and you know, pretty happy with those welds. The welds that were hard were the inner parts where I'm tying new metal to old metal. This turned out really good too. Had a little bit of foul play right there, but no big deal. I will show you the ugly parts. This metal right here, very like in very bad shape. So you can see I had to do a lot of tack welding there, which I will grind down and hopefully throw another bead on top of that. But the bottom weld looks really good. The top weld also looks really good. And then over here, top weld from about a third over looks really good. And then the bottom weld also looks really good. And like I said, this isn't cleaned up at all. I could have covered this up completely and not shown you guys anything and just shown you the finished product and it would look great. But this is the side that I had the most trouble with. You can see those nasty boogers up at top, which I was just trying to fill a gap. And like I said, the existing metal from the frame is not very good. If I take a little brush here, I'm actually wasn't super happy with this bottom part, but it did get a lot better as we went on. We're gonna grind this down and throw another bead on top of it, just like the top. So yeah, we're gonna get to grinding, and like I said, this I will definitely redo, and this will get flat and see if we need to throw some more metal in there. Alrighty, just finishing out the video for today. This won't be the end of the video, but gonna go and got some stuff to do this afternoon. So I'm gonna end up laying a little bit of bead in there just to make this nice and flat. That ended up turning out really good actually. Bottom, don't care too much about that. Top, leaving it as it is. So pretty happy with how this stuff turned out after grinding it. Got just a little bit more work to do on the outside. I got a couple small spots at the bottom that I'm gonna fill in, and then just finishing grinding out the rest of that stuff. So yeah, pretty happy with it. Looks really good. And this is where we're gonna leave it for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow or the next day. Alrighty guys, coming back at you with a new video. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the recent subscriptions. Starting to get up there close to 50 subscribers, which Doesn't sound like much. It ain't much, but it's kind of cool. So today we're back in the shop. We are going to hopefully, might be ambitious, but we're gonna try and coat and paint this whole frame today. So I got some of this KBS rust seal that I'm gonna end up doing on the bottom side. So you can see the bottom side is not sandblasted like the rest. My sandblaster kind of did a shit job. So we're gonna get that bottom side coated. I'm gonna do a little bit of rough surface prep on it, get it coated, and then we are going to get the wax off. In a couple of the spots we gotta get wax off, like back down here. And once we get that wax off, there should be some nice bare metal underneath it, kind of like this, and we will get to painting. So yeah, I think we can do it today, and I guess we'll just set you up on time lapse and see what the heck happens. So yeah, see you in a little bit when we get some work done. So right here, I am working on the truck frame, and it looks like it's a little hard to tell, but I'm actually using the Harbor Freight 4-inch drum surface prep sander, and you can see, to make it a little easier on myself, I ended up sitting in my chair and moving the truck up and down so that I didn't have to be bent over and had a little support on my neck. But the surface prep tool worked pretty good. I was pretty impressed with it overall. I think I paid 99 bucks for it, so not too bad. I don't know how many uses I have for it after this, but not a bad tool to have in your toolbox. So you can also see I'm using the right angle grinder a little bit with a flap disc on it, and getting all the stuff that we welded earlier in this video all nice and flat and prepped for paint. Here you can see that I got the welder back out again, and I had couple small holes I wanted to fill in and make perfectly flat. So I was filling those in, tacking a couple spots, and using that flap disc again to make it look pretty dang good. So you'll see that in a second, but I was pretty impressed with how it turned out for being a weld-in eBay cross member. One of the hardest spots that I had getting prepped for that rust coating was behind the ABS module right here. Alrighty guys, just checking back in with you. The frame is pretty much ready for the coating on the bottom. The heck is that stuff called? The rust coating or whatever. I just need to wipe it down with some reducer first, just so that it sticks better. I can get all the rust dust off of it. I even got inside the frame rail behind the ABS unit right there that we will end up getting. Same thing on this side, just there's no ABS there. And got this all finished off, and this looks really nice for that to be painted, and did the insides too. So that took a little longer than kind of what I was hoping for, but it is what it is. You gotta do it right. So we are going to get you back on the time lapse. I'm gonna wipe down inside and underside of this frame rail, and then we're gonna start coating this baby up. So that'll take a little while because there's some spots that have rubber from the factory, you can see kind of right there. And so the rubber does come off with the reducer, but if there's a lot of it, then it's kind of a pain in the butt to get it off. So we'll see how well it comes off. And basically my goal is the underside from here all the way back, the insides, probably that torsion bar cross member, and then maybe a couple of spots down under here and like the lower control arms and stuff, because those are kind of rusty. So you can see like this, that's factory wax coating. This is factory wax coating. And then I'm not sure if I can show you, but there's quite a bit of like grease and wax coating still left in these spots right here. So sorry about the bad video, you're still on the tripod, but I will get to freaking work. Let's start reducing, cleaning, and coating this stuff up. See you in a little bit. So on this part of the video, I was getting the frame all ready for paint, cleaning up part of the shop a little bit, and wiping it down with some transtar reducer. This is just a reducer that the paint called for. You can probably use any reducer that you wanted to. And then after that, you can see it broke out my cottage cheese cup, which has some KBS RUST coating in it. I found this stuff on Amazon, watched some videos of it, and I was really impressed by it. I like it a little bit more than Pour 15 because it does say that you can paint it on bare metal too. So this frame, after getting sandblasted, did have some bare metal, and it had some stuff that was still a little crusty. And so I like this because it covers both. And unlike Pour 15, if it does get in the sun, it does fade, but it won't crack. So that's why I decided to go with this stuff. Alrighty, just checking back in with you. You might have seen quite a bit of time lapse. We're looking pretty good underneath here. So we got all the inside done, all the underside done. Did a little quick coat on the axle. You can see I'm kind of starting to splotch some stuff on the outside and some of the rough areas and underneath the cab mounts because I won't be able to spray those, and they were a little crusty. Underneath the frame is looking pretty good. That was all pretty crusty, and I didn't want to spray it because it's going to be on the ground when I spray it, of course. So overall, making pretty good progress. We are pretty much done with the hand brush part. You can see got the inside all done, got the outside all done, looking pretty good. So pretty happy with how it's turned out overall. I'm going to just do a little touch up in there. I think I got just a little bit up in there, which you can see I'm fighting the same glare from the lights in my eyes as you guys are fighting it with the camera. But here she is, looks pretty good. And I think I'm gonna roll it outside and spray it once all this stuff kind of gets, it's a little tacky still. So I don't know if I'm gonna read the can and see what I gotta do to be able to spray over it, if I gotta wait or whatever. So check in with you guys in a little bit.
Like goodbyes. Of course you love me now, but give it time. Who knows? You might not be in my life. We never see it coming when we try. Love is blind. You can break the pattern, learn from your mistakes, focus on what matters.
Alrighty, just checking in with you. We're gonna call it for today. It's been a longer day, but we finally got what we wanted to get done. The frame is fully painted. Like I said, this is a 2K epoxy primer sealer. Technically it's supposed to be top coated, but that's only if it's gonna see a lot of sun and UV. This is not going to see pretty much any sun in UV, and I do plan on probably doing some fluid film over the top of it. But this is pretty much all said and done. There's only 2 spots that I got to touch up with that rust coating. I forgot the name of it there for a second. Underneath where the lift arms were in the front, I got to do just a little bit, but that's not a big deal. I got the engine mounts painted out here as well. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it was kind of fun too because I haven't gotten to use a HVLP gun very much, so this was kind of a learning lesson. I did get one run after put it on just a little bit too thick over here, but not really a big deal because A, it's a frame, B, you don't see it, C, it's on the inside where you're really not going to see it. So I'm pretty happy. This is where I'm going to leave the video off. I am dirty, stinky, and covered in all kinds of stuff. Thank you very much for watching. I'm super excited at this point because now that we have this painted, we're going to run wiring harness, we're going to drop motor transfer case in, and we're going to be really looking like a truck here pretty soon. So yeah, thanks again. See you guys in the next one. Peace.